Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another video on the Supra. You'll see, and obviously you'll see from the title, we're going to kind of be concentrating on some performance kind of statistics and specs, or performance runs really. You would have seen, or you may or may not have seen, but if you haven't, please do look at it. Previous video was on this car racing in the half mile at JM Race Wars. I'm going to kind of disclose some things because I may not have said it on that video. I don't know. Kind of excuses, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, let me explain. So before you get too kind of excited or not excited about some of the speeds and times it was doing, in general, the event was really cool, but you weren't really able to get loads and loads of runs, and I think more so I couldn't get loads and loads of runs because we've only just had this car out. We were doing a lot of logging, so Romain was there pulling logs every run, so I was having to wait for him. He was so busy. It's not his fault. Every run, so we ended up only doing 4 runs. The car could have done loads more. The most amazing thing from that day, I think, which was really cool, was we drove 4 hours to that event. We raced hard for 4 hard runs, and then we drove 4 hours back, which is really cool, and the car was flawless. We done 2 runs on the lowest boost on pump fuel. Again, I'm just getting used to the car, and it's kind of frightening. The car's so quick even on that low boost. And then we done low boost race fuel, so I think we only ran probably 800-ish and maybe 850, 880-ish horsepower between those 2 different runs. So I reckon easy, when we up it to the higher boost settings, easy 300 horsepower more that we can use. So that kind of puts into context some of what happened and what results we got. I think on the low boost setting, and again, actually, like I said, I am really learning that car. I've only just got it back, and with that power, it's crazy. Even on the low settings, it seems madder than it ever was when I had it before, when it had kind of 800 horsepower and full boost on the last setup. Basically, it's just getting used to a rear-wheel drive, powerful manual car that's, you know, very mechanical in its feel and operation. Big triple plate clutch, which is really hard to get fast shifts, and we're using flat shifts. And if you don't get a flat shift right, you have to be really quick on and off the clutch and then onto the throttle. You're always on the throttle, but you have to get the clutch change done, and the press down, and then the shift done. Otherwise, the car has a special delay to save kind of the box, and it kind of synchronizes in the right way. Very clever, almost like a dwell between the gears. And if you don't get it right, it basically puts a cut in, and it can really, you know, rather than it being, you know, a shift that even on a manual car is like half a second or whatever it may be, probably quicker with a flat shift ever so slightly, it ends up being like a 1 second gear change, which is atrocious. And it happens, and that was happening to me all day. I just need to learn the car. I need more seat time, and that's why I'm going out on it again today. But yeah, the differential between an auto car, even the Supra, and you know, and the McLarens and stuff like that, is incredible. Typically speaking, 100 to 200 times also on a manual car, even with a taller gearing, thanks to the bigger radials and a raised rev limit, is still rubbish for 100 to 200. I have to do 2 gears to go through the 100 to 200, so it ends up making, in my opinion, the 100 to 200 almost a false economy, and something that doesn't end up looking that impressive. Nonetheless, I'm going to do some more, and I have already done some, and I'll tell you those results later. But it's a damn quick car. When it gets to the 120s and you're banging in fourth, it's mental thereon, and that's why I think this is a really good half mile car, and I'm going to be doing a little bit more of that. But yeah, it's going to be cool. I mean, in that during JM Race Wars, it wasn't not annoying, because actually there was 2 runs they didn't even get, but I got it on my draggy box, and they were my best. They were my better runs. And we also ran out of time. The event was very busy. The people that organised it, or the people that were doing straight line and stuff, missed some of my times, which was really annoying, or some times and speeds. So I think they recorded me at around 156, and I'd done on my draggy box 162. That was on my lowest setting on race fuel. So I think I was about 156, loads of shifts not right on the pump, and then we put it into the race fuel and then run a couple of those just on the lowest setting, which is like 1.7 bar. So we've got about 300 horsepower more on that. There was a headwind which was costing, we know the McLarens would normally do 4 to 5 miles an hour more than they were doing, so the headwind was costing us that as well. Right, so yeah, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to get straight on and kind of just drive the car a little bit and have a bit of fun. And you're just in from well, not reacting too much really, because I'm getting used to the power actually, especially on low boost, but it's just such a fun car to drive. I'll hit on it for probably about an hour. Not ideal conditions as such, and I explained many of the reasons why I still think, you know, that 100 to 200 is not overly impressive. Nonetheless, we ended up with a 6.14 100 to 200, which is very respectable. Half a tank of fuel, and we're still really rolling into it. So we're rolling very slow into third. We're not wanting to roll slow into third, but it's just waiting for the boost to kick in. It is boosting and it's near enough or nearly at full boost, but anyone who will understand how cars work is, even if they're in full boost, there's still a specific RPM rev range where the car will be at its highest power, or it's very close to at least its usable, very, very usable highest power, or close to its highest power. And obviously when I'm rolling into that, and what you'll see from those draggy runs is I'm actually, you won't see it on the dial, but if I could show you that, you'd see it. Basically, we're kind of rolling into it at around 3,000 RPM, and it's probably hitting 100 kilometers, sorry, at roughly around 3,500 RPM, maybe 3.8 max, but somewhere around that. And it's only just starting to build power, probably from around 350 horsepower level at around that, and then 400 probably minus mic fraction after. But obviously it's still being lazy as it's coming on to that boost, and before it's getting to that RPM where the cars at really high power. So it probably doesn't really wake up until it gets to 5.5, and then it's at that point where you really get, like, you know, close to 800 horsepower on that setting, which is that lowest pump setting. I reckon we're throwing away probably close to easy a second. I think the gear changes now are closer to being perfect. I'm going through and not allowing the lag or dwell kind of timing to kick in, a dwell or a fuel cut situation, because I'm shifting quick enough and I'm making sure my foot is mashed on the flat shift. But I can't negate the issue that I have low down unless I really go through the gears from second, and let it be really in the rev range, and then bang through flat shift twice instead of once, as such. So we will do that, but I think in, you know, where I'm able to kind of get these runs at the moment, second I think it's not going to really hold, and I need more seat time nonetheless. And nonetheless, beyond that, I think as we kind of go up 0.1 bar of boost on each setting, even on the pump fuel, I would imagine you'll probably end up seeing 0.2 seconds quicker. So that'd be in the 5s easy, even rolling into it like that. And then I reckon the race fuel maps will be, I think, low 5s on the low boost setting, I reckon, even rolling into it like that. And then I think they'll be you know, chunking right into the 4-second range without too much of a problem. And if we can get a really hard roll into second, third, fourth, I reckon in the future, which we definitely will do. I just need more seat time in the car, and you know, I haven't had it back long and I'm just learning it. I'm going to get, you know, proper full send it at some point, guys, and throughout the year hopefully you'll see the times just tumbling, even with the setup already that it has, because we don't need to do no more. There's just going to be not remedial work, but just some I've got some rear stuff suspension wise, which may help a little bit, more for track type stuff, and then yeah, just some interior work, and then aesthetics on the paintwork. But anyway, I don't want to keep you too long with this outro, because I've made excuses enough. But yeah, awesome, really pleased with that. 6.1, 100 to 200, much more coming. We're going to be well in the 5s, and then hopefully in the 4s at some point during the year. Crazy car, really quick, and I'm loving it. And again, even after saying all that, I still don't think a manual rear-wheel drive big power Supra is ever going to be having a one that does it justice, because it's really after that and at the top of near 200, or around, you know, like yeah, 180s to 200. It's after that, just as you get in 3rd gear and then you bang into 4th, that's when it starts being a monster. And we'll see that hopefully later in the year in the half mile. May even get some quarter miles in this year. I really want to break the Mark IV manual 6-speed record in the UK. It's been held for like, I think 15 years. I think it's 987 at 146 or 148, which won't be easy, because that isn't going to be built for drag. That other car was as such. It wasn't it was a street type drag car, but more set up for drag, so on the Geo and all that kind of stuff. But we'll address that when we come to it, but I'd like to try and beat that record. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like, share, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.